Imagine an army millions strong, marching across Europe. Not soldiers, but tiny black ants called Taponoma magnum, or super ants. These minuscule invaders are on the move, quietly but relentlessly, and their numbers are growing every year. These invaders are not your average garden pests. They're highly organized, incredibly persistent, and capable of overwhelming entire gardens and green spaces in a matter of weeks. They build vast empires, disrupt entire landscapes, and are now threatening the UK. Their colonies can stretch for miles, connecting parks, pavements, and even city blocks into one massive super colony. Once limited to the Mediterranean, super ants have spread north, thriving in countries like France, Belgium, and Germany. Their expansion is rapid, and experts believe they could soon be found in even more northern regions. Their adaptability is astonishing. They flourish in cooler climates, creating problems never seen before. Unlike many invasive species, these ants don't slow down when the temperature drops. Globalization has helped them hitch rides in potted plants and building materials, spreading rapidly and undetected. Every shipment, every crate is a potential vehicle for their silent invasion. Unlike typical ants, they form sprawling networks of interconnected nests, turning parks and neighborhoods into their kingdoms. Their presence can change the balance of local ecosystems, outcompeting native species. The British Pest Control Association warns, it's not if, but when they'll arrive in the UK. Once established, they're nearly impossible to eradicate. Understanding these invaders is crucial to preparing our defenses. Scientists are racing to study their behavior, hoping to find ways to slow their advance. Their story is a stark reminder. Even the smallest creatures can have a massive impact. The super ants' rise is a warning to us all. As they creep closer, vigilance is our best weapon. Homeowners, gardeners, and city officials must all stay alert for signs of their arrival. The threat is real, and it's growing with every season. Each year brings new reports of infestations in places once thought safe. We must act now to protect our local environments. Community action and early intervention are key to stopping their spread. The super ant invasion is a modern tale of globalization and environmental change, one that's still unfolding right beneath our feet. What makes an ant super? Is it their strength, their size, or something else entirely? Surprisingly, it's not about how big they are. It's all about their extraordinary social structure and the way they cooperate. Most ant species are fiercely territorial, fighting rival colonies to defend their turf and keep populations balanced. But super ants, like the invasive Taponoma magnum, break all the usual rules of ant society. When two super ant colonies meet, instead of fighting, they merge peacefully, forming a single massive community. This creates what scientists call a super colony, a sprawling, multi-nest empire with countless workers and many queens, all united and working together. With no infighting to slow them down, these ants can focus all their energy on growing, spreading, and gathering resources. A single super colony can contain tens of millions of ants, stretching across entire neighborhoods, parks, and even city blocks. Their underground cities are vast, constantly expanding, and intricately interconnected, making them nearly impossible to control or eliminate. Traditional pest control methods often fail. Killing a few queens or nests barely makes a dent when hundreds more are hidden underground. Their incredible resilience and teamwork make them a truly formidable foe for anyone trying to stop them. Even after major setbacks, super ants quickly absorb losses, rebuild, and bounce back stronger than before. You're not just fighting one nest, you're up against a vast interconnected network that can't be easily destroyed. This is what makes super ants so successful and so dangerous to our homes and cities. Their unique, highly cooperative behavior is their true superpower, setting them apart from ordinary ants. Once a super ant colony is established, it's almost impossible to eradicate, making them one of the most persistent pests we face today. Super colonies are more than just big nests. They're organized, destructive empires operating beneath our feet with astonishing efficiency and scale. These ant societies stretch for miles, connecting thousands of nests into a single unified force. In Switzerland, one colony infested a potato field the size of 7 football pitches. The sheer scale is hard to imagine, but it's just one example of their reach. In Germany, another super colony covered over 60 acres, transforming the landscape and outcompeting native species. These ants build vast tunnel networks, constantly moving soil and destabilizing the ground above. Their underground highways can stretch for kilometers, undermining everything above them. Roads, pavements, and patios become unstable, sinking or cracking as the ants tunnel beneath. Even newly built surfaces can quickly become damaged. Repairs are costly and never-ending for councils and homeowners who find themselves in a constant battle to keep infrastructure safe and functional. Their destruction doesn't stop at soil. They're drawn to electricity, chewing through cables and causing power cuts and outages. This behavior can disrupt entire neighborhoods, leaving homes and businesses in the dark. In Kahl, Germany, repeated disruptions have cost thousands in damages, forcing local authorities to invest heavily in repairs and prevention. The reason for their attraction to electricity isn't fully understood, but the impact is clear. These ants can bring modern life to a standstill. Super colonies also overrun gardens and public spaces, making them unusable for families and communities. Once thriving parks can become deserted. In extreme cases, playgrounds have been closed due to unstable, ant-infested ground, robbing children of safe places to play. A super colony transforms green spaces into no-go zones, changing the way people interact with their environment. Their numbers and organization make them a force of nature, overwhelming everything in their path and leaving lasting scars on the landscape. The disruption they cause is profound and far-reaching, affecting not just the land, but the lives and livelihoods of everyone who lives above their hidden empire. Taponoma magnum's northward march is a story of adaptation. Once limited by cold winters, they now thrive in Germany and the Netherlands, surviving harsh climates by burrowing deep or nesting near warm buildings. Urban environments offer perfect shelter and food, helping colonies explode in size. Unlike native ants, super ants don't waste energy fighting. They focus on expansion. A single imported plant can start an invasion, spreading rapidly through gardens and streets. Residents in Switzerland describe the infestation as a plague, watching their gardens turn into crawling wastelands. The UK is next, with established populations just across the channel. All it takes is one fertilized queen in imported soil to start a new colony. With high trade volumes, experts say their arrival in the UK is almost inevitable. The battle against this invader is just beginning. Super ant infestations are more than a nuisance. They're a financial and social disaster. Towns like Kahl, Germany, face endless repairs as roads and pavements sink and crack. Budgets are stretched thin, fighting an invisible enemy tunneling below. Essential services suffer, power and internet outages are common as ants chew through cables. For businesses, outages mean lost income. For families, it's constant frustration. Quality of life plummets, gardens become unusable, outdoor activities impossible, and homes invaded. The overwhelming number of ants erodes peace and security. Eradicating a super colony requires expensive, coordinated professional efforts, often beyond the means of small towns. Zurich's eradication took years and specialized techniques, including poison baits and extensive treatments. Many communities can only manage, not eliminate, the problem. The true cost is measured in disrupted lives and drained resources. Super ants turn peaceful neighborhoods into battlegrounds. Their impact is lasting and severe. At first glance, super ants look like common garden ants, small, black, and about 3 millimeters long. This similarity lets them go unnoticed, but their behavior gives them away. Super ants form massive, organized columns, broad highways of ants stretching across pavements and gardens. These dense processions are a major red flag. Another clue, the smell. Crush a super ant and you'll notice a strong, rancid butter or blue cheese odor, unlike the faint smell of garden ants. The sheer number of ants is also telling. While garden ants appear in hundreds, super ants swarm in thousands, covering large areas. Multiple nest entrances and overwhelming numbers signal a super ant infestation. If you see unusually large, organized trails, it's time to investigate. Don't dismiss them as ordinary pests. Early identification is key to stopping their spread. Know the signs. Your vigilance matters. Super ants aren't natural travelers. They're expert hitchhikers. Their main route is international trade, hiding in the soil of imported potted plants. The demand for Mediterranean plants creates a perfect pathway for them. A single queen in a root ball can start a new colony unnoticed. Garden centers are ideal launch points, with ants spreading to homes and neighborhoods. Climate change helps them thrive. Warmer winters and longer summers make northern regions more hospitable. As global warming continues, more alien species like Taponoma magnum will invade new territories. Vigilance at ports helps, but the sheer volume of imports makes total inspection impossible. The public and horticultural industry must stay alert for signs of infestation. Awareness is our best defense against these unwelcome travelers. If you suspect super ants, don't try to handle them yourself. DIY methods can make things worse, causing colonies to fragment and spread. Instead, observe and document. Take clear photos or videos of their trails and note the location. Report your sighting to the UK's Non-Native Species Secretariat or via apps like iRecord. Early, accurate reports help experts respond quickly and contain outbreaks. Professional pest controllers use specialized baits and treatments to target super colonies. Your role is to be the first line of defense. Spot, document, and report. Don't disturb the nest. Let the experts handle eradication. Quick action can prevent a small problem from becoming a disaster. Together, we can protect our communities from invasion. The fight against super ants is won or lost in our own gardens and parks. Early detection is critical. Small, localized populations can be eradicated if caught quickly. If left unchecked, a single nest can explode into a sprawling super colony, making eradication nearly impossible. The cost and effort skyrocket once they're established. Public awareness is our strongest weapon. Scientists can't be everywhere. Gardeners, homeowners, and outdoor enthusiasts are the early warning system. Recognizing the signs, massive trails, overwhelming numbers, can trigger a rapid response. The threat is real and growing, but we're not helpless. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and report any suspicious sightings. The future of our parks and gardens depends on collective action. With awareness and